yours. If you'd like
Yeah,
to tell us about it.
yes. You recently played a tiny part in donating to a backpack school drive of sorts in Santee under, I think, organization SMOAC. And it was really well attended. They gathered school supplies, backpacks, pencils, pens, and all that for people who were underprivileged or couldn't afford it, or just to help out. So, like I said, I made a small, tiny contribution to it, and it worked out really well. And there's a ton of people. The community, it was a needed, thing for the community, and I would probably say that in El Cajon it would be needed more. And I say that knowing that there are other organizations that do similar stuff like that within their organization on a smaller scale. But in Santee, what happened was I think they got the whole city kind of behind it as that sole mission, and it worked out. So I'd like to do something like that here in El Cajon for next year before school starts to help out the kids. And maybe at the El Cajon Library as the pickup date, because they use the Santee Library. And I don't have a time, and I don't have a date. I would probably just mirror whatever they did in Santee, because it seemed to work really well. And Buddy Robaya, who was supposed to speak here today, had a family emergency, but he was going to come speak in support of it. So, yeah, there's that.
Okay, so what is the ask then?
I think, Graham, if I recall between our correspondence, it was just that the city endorsed the idea, because it's no fiscal impact. It's just like it endorses the idea and promotes it on social media. That's pretty much it, because I think it's pretty organic.
Council, have any questions or comments?
No?
Angela, do we have any speaker cards?
Yes, sir. We have two cards. The first speaker is Sunshine Horton.
Hi, Sunshine.
Hi, my name is Sunshine Horton, and I'm here to give my opinion on that idea. I've done a lot for this city, and I usually pay it with my husband's money, like always. And I think it's a great idea, but I wish that the person that is coming with it will back it up with the backpacks. Get all the backpacks out of his money and himself go get donations for the pens and everything, not for the city to do nothing. I want to do something. I say, Sunshine Horton is doing this. Would you back me up with things? And I would go collect them, and I would pay for the biggest part of it, which is the backpacks. I would find out first how many kids in what schools and what grades and all that, because it's a lot of work. And I don't think that city deserves to get work that is only a simple idea, unless it's put together that way. I'm doing this and I'm going to pay for the backpacks, and then I'm going to get for the everything that I need to buy, the pencils and all that, or I'm going to create a picnic and have people come and donate, or me. Then once that person gets it together, then I see it's a great idea. But right now what I see here is a lot of work for the city, and something that the person with the idea should come here with all the details and everything planned and see how he's going to do it. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Sunshine.
Jill Bartow.
Backpack supplies at the start of school are very appropriate to give out to students. But we already have nonprofits working on this throughout El Cajon. New Hope Center, Transitional Living Center, East County Posse, COPS, San Diego Union, Stuff the Bus. I would suggest, instead of taking it on yourself as a city, to support these organizations that are doing this. Help them expand so we can make it a great program like Santee was this year. I think they did a brilliant job in Santee. I can see that happening in our own community with these organizations backing it.
Oh, no!
But just to start a new program that offers currently what other programs are doing confuses only to the donors, the supporters, and the parents. Also, it doesn't have accountability to the parents to be able to go to different organizations to get donations. So we can actually help.
It was just that the city endorsed the idea because it's no fiscal impact. It's just like it endorses the idea and promotes it on social media. That's pretty much it. Because I think it's pretty organic.
Help more students if it's all done through certain organizations, so one parent can't come and get backpacks 3 or 4 times. But supporting an organization that already provides services is more appropriate for the city. I think if the city would love, I think these organizations would love the city to put a big box in their foyer, and the departments have a donation campaign, such as City of El Cajon or City of Santee did. I think they would love the donations. They would also love your volunteer hours. I just don't think it's right for the city to do it when we have other organizations that are doing that. Thank you for your time.
You can stay there. I have a question for you. We didn't want the city to do it. That's not how it's written. It's written like how Santee did it. Okay. And the only thing that we're asking for is for social media and to let people know that it's happening. And I don't know if you remember when I said that I understand organizations do it, similar to Santee, but you can't argue that it worked phenomenally in Santee. So why are you robbing the kids in our city of that same opportunity? You're a board member. You should know better than that,
I am
Mrs.
not
Bardo.
robbing the kids, and I think that was uncalled for.
Not as uncalled for as you're saying.
I am saying that we need organizations that are already doing it to expand those organizations.
I agree.
I am not saying to take away from our students. I want more programs.
So this would be a more program, right?
Would be phenomenal. I think using an organization and promoting that organization would be wonderful. I just don't know how it would be from the city standpoint, how that would help those organizations unless they were connected.
That's not the ask.
Important.
That isn't the ask today. The ask today is that the program worked in Santee, like you acknowledged, yes. Did you not? And working with the people who set it up, like I've been in communication with, and getting that similar program here, knowing that other organizations do it. So again, I ask you, why do you think are the people in Santee smarter than us or more deserving? Why would you say that?
I never said that.
Why would you say it doesn't work here?
It has not been as successful in El Cajon. We have a higher need in El Cajon. Santee is more of an affluent area in most of Santee than El Cajon. We have a lot more needs for our students in Cajon Valley School District and our high schools.
We're saying the same thing.
I am not saying that I think they're better than us. I think we can become the best in East County, whether that be Santee, Cajon Valley, or El Cajon or La Mesa.
So let's talk about this last thing. Do you think that underprivileged children need assistance in going back to school with not only backpacks but other items for the city?
Absolutely.
Great, thanks.
Our kids need it, and that's what I stated earlier.
Uh-huh.
Any other questions?
We certainly don't want to use city resources to compete against private resources, to take away from private resources that might be doing a good job. We certainly don't want to create a government program that competes with it and distracts with it. I don't have enough details at this point to know if that would occur. So I would suggest sending this back to Mr. Kalasho for fleshing out in more details what would be promoted using the city's resources.
That's a good question, Steve. Thanks for asking it. There would be zero city resources used. And this isn't a government program. This is completely designed. It's organic by the people. The only thing the city would do is to just brand and advertise where the drop-off would be and the dates. Simple as that. So it's the resources, unless you're using resources in a different context.
Resources would be city staff time used to promote the program, which we don't know the details about yet. So I don't know that I can vote to say let's use city resources on a program that I don't know anything about yet. So
when somebody puts out a press release currently, like the good ones that Monica puts out, her putting in the one-liner is a big hurdle for you to get over?
I don't have enough information to vote whether to use city resources on a program that I don't have enough information on right now.
I know you said that 3 times, but what information are you looking for? Like, I gave you everything except the day and time. What specifically? So
I need to know more details on the program. Where's it going to go? Who's it going to benefit? When's it going to run? Are you working with other organizations to do it in partnership with? So actually, I make a motion to send this item back to Mr. Kalasho for more details.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded. Please vote.
Motion carries by a 4-1 vote with Councilmember Kalasho voting no.